Hello again. My name is Emma. Welcome. Okay, so let's just start with I finally finished my book and I'm on my next one, and it's called The Stylist. Now the reason I said it was kind of like had that kind of like I already started the book a while ago, so I'm like right there. And the reason I said that it reminded me of The Devil Wears Prada, it was because it says it right there. The Devil Wears Prada. Anyway, it is about so far that I've been reading, it's about this girl who has a job, or who is kind of like pretending she knows all about how to deal with PR and things like that, and dealing with people in the fashion world. So I can't wait to really get into more of it. So yeah, my new book I'm reading. Yay! Okay, so I did leave off on I think it was, and I didn't bring my glasses. Yeah, let me go get my glasses because I cannot see anything without them. Yeah, I'll be right back. Give me a second. Okay, still sorry about that. I'm always trying to, do this and this and get that, and yeah. Okay, so I'm just gonna jump right in, okay? So, I was, what happened was that I was almost like ready to sign off, and, yeah, my battery died. I was like, really? So, I didn't want to have to go to the editing software and then put two together and try to get it all done. I don't got time for that. At least not right now. Okay, so I'm just gonna start. So I think we left off on when she got the phone call. This time Cynthia was scared to pick it up, staring at the phone indecisively, wondering whether or not this was real or if someone was playing a cruel joke, and if so, it wasn't funny. It continued to ring, but she wasn't about to let herself be intimidated by anyone. And let's see here. Yeah, I think I have like only 4 pages left. Anthony jumped in. I hear those crickets. I love the sound of crickets. Loudly across the room. Mommy, the phone. She observed her son's face, knowing he was right, and decided to be brave and answer the phone once more. Who is this? Now with a stern voice and demanding a straight response. Don't hang up. Oh, I think I read that. The voice blurred out. It's me, Vinny. She couldn't believe it. Why would this person right out of the blue call her? How in the world did you get this number? And why are you calling here? I need to speak with you, he strangely added. About what? I haven't seen you for the last 5 years. I have nothing to say to you. Don't call here again. With all her anger, she slammed the receiver down hard, but realizing that he might try again. She took the receiver off and placed it on the table next to the phone. A burning anger rose within her. How dare he? How could he even possibly think I'd want to speak to him? She didn't realize that she was speaking out loud until her son called out to her, "Mommy!" He had called with this disturbed look on his little face. Cynthia knew right away that Anthony had become aware that something was wrong. "Come here, baby." She held him close to her bosom as tight as she could to reassure him that everything was all right. But within that moment, someone rang the doorbell and dissolved the assurance she had given her son. "Sit here and don't move," hoping real hard that he would do as she said. He wouldn't have dared to come over, she thought instantly. Why? Her son asked in curiosity. "Just do as I say." She raced across the floor to pick up the whole phone and placed the receiver between her shoulder and ear, then shouted aloud at the same time towards the door, "Go away or I'll call the police. Do you hear me? Go away." Now you have to remember, 25 years ago, we didn't have an iPhone or the flip phone. It was the phone on the wall. Okay, so emergency line, can I help you? A response came from the other end of the wire. Yes, there's an intruder at my... But before she could finish, she heard Alan's voice on the other side of the door. "Cynthia, what's going on in there?" he shouted loudly, hoping to scare off whoever was in there. She returned to the phone that was still on her shoulder and said, "No, it's okay, thank you." She hung up and placed the phone down, feeling now a little guilty for bothering the authorities. "Alan?" she questioned, wanting to make sure. "Yes, it's me. Open up." He stood there patiently waiting for her to open the door. "Alan," she sighed with a relief, but still the sight of something. Wait a minute. "Alan." She sighed with a relief, but still the sight of made her quiver. "What are you doing here?" "I'm not sure now." He stormed in and scanned around the room as if he was looking for some escaped convict. All at once, he turned to Cynthia and held her by the shoulders. "Are you all right? What's going on in here?" Trying to figure out with concern. "Why are you calling the police? You're not hurt, are you?" "No, I'm fine. Cynthia was ready to explain when her son popped up from the sofa, calling out to her. "Anthony!" Anthony! Her head quickly turned, loosening her shoulders from under Alan's hand, and walked over to him. "Oh, sweetheart." She took hold of him and drew him near her chest. "Everything's all right now." Alan stood puzzled beside them. "You look like you've seen a ghost," addressing himself toward Cynthia. "Look, why don't you two sit down and I'll make some coffee. I know you have some." He remembered from bumping into her yesterday at the store. Cynthia tried to jump in to let him know where it was, but just then Alan put up his hand and said, "I'm sure I'll find it. Just relax and I'll be right back." She couldn't help but stare at his tall, athletic bodice from behind, grasping the idea that it was Alan. Still amazed her. Taking a strong hold of her thoughts, she could still hear Vinny's voice on the phone, and that made her tremble with fear. She couldn't figure out why he called or what it was that he wanted, and why now after all this time. But Alan was right. She was going to forget that she even got the call. Alan walked in from the kitchen wearing blue denims and a white shirt with the sleeves rolled up halfway up his arms. In a flash, he seemed like an angel in disguise. In an instant, he became suddenly breathtaking. Cynthia began to feel chills from head to toe. Instantaneously aware that he knew she was staring, she shifted her eyes in a different direction. As he approached, carrying a tray of 3 steaming cups, he placed them on the table in front of them. "Here, I think this is the last page. Here you go." Handing Cynthia a cup to her shaking hands. "And here's yours. And since you're just a little tight, I found some hot cocoa. your favorite, I suppose. He blew on it quite a few times to make sure it was warm enough for him to drink. Okay, I think that should do it. And handed the little boy a half a filled cup. So you want to tell me about it? Your color's coming back. And smiled gently. She wanted to spill her guts and tell him who was at the phone. After all, they were a bit of buddies in college for a while, but she didn't have the nerve. She didn't want to feel like a damsel in distress, or even to find out who Vinny really was. That alone would have been horrifying and embarrassing to her. Now she knew she had to play it off. Thank you so much for showing up. I could have sworn I heard someone trying to break in. I just got a bit nervous and being here alone with my son and all. I understand. Alan interrupted. It's no fun being alone. Why didn't your husband travel with you? He inquired. My husband? I'm not married. She cleared her throat awkwardly to let him know that. It was flattering to her when she noticed the way Alan's eyes lit up when he knew she was available. And when he said her color was back, then he must have known by now that she was blushing. Alan, she said gratefully, I'm not sure why you came here tonight, but I'm really glad you did. And that's it, guys. That was it. 25 years ago, and I can still remember and see the rest of what I wrote. Again, I haven't had the time to try to dig up and find out where the other chapter, or even if I started chapter 2, of where it might possibly be. But I know it has to be somewhere. So tomorrow, if I have time, I'm going to see if I can dig around. Because I remember I had 2 long journals. And I used to get them like at the dollar store. You know, you always had all these little like dime stores. But they turned into be calling dollar stores. And I remember how those books used to look like. They were elongated like a legal pad. Remember legal pads? Anyway, they were that long, but they were hard covered. And they always had like designs on top of them. And I remember those books. Now, I haven't seen those books for quite a while. So I know they have to be somewhere. Now, again, I don't know if I started writing the second chapter in one of those books, or if I started writing them in just a plain, spiral notebook. So I'm going to check a box. It's like a wooden box. I'm going to check in there. The only thing about it is that I have everything on top of there. I have to take everything off, and it's all the way on the bottom. But I should be able to muster some strength to move everything and get everything out, if they're in there. Because I'm still missing quite a bit. I remember having this book a friend gave me. And it was a book filled with, it was like an encyclopedia of so many crafts, from wire making, clay, and I don't know what other stuff. And I can't find that book neither. And now I'm like, I know it has to be somewhere. I still am missing some books that I haven't seen for a while. And I'm like, where are they? Where are they? They haven't gone anywhere. They got to be here. But some things I did find. Like, I was surprised to find this, because I was looking for a, what was I looking for? Oh, I used to be into plastic canvas. And when I was young, my mom, she couldn't afford to buy me Barbie dolls. So I never really had Barbie dolls. And I was always kind of like a little envious of the girl next door who used to come out with her little pink little case with her Barbies and all the little clothes in there and the little shoes and accessories. And all my mom used to be able to afford to get me were paper dolls. And it's so funny because up to this day, I really like paper dolls. I really do. And the only thing now is that I can't seem to find any anywhere. And if you do find them online, they don't stand up. So that's kind of weird. So, yeah, so I don't know. But I was looking for, I was into plastic canvas, and I was looking for a boutique that I knew I had. I had all these, I used to work with plastic canvas and make all these little things, and a vase. I made a vase one time for my sister-in-law, which came out really cute. And then I would make other things. But I got into collecting Barbie furniture that you would make out of plastic canvas. And I had a kitchenette, a bedroom set, a dining set, an office set. I even had a castle. But I had a boutique. And I was telling my granddaughter about it. And I'm like, I know I have it. It's somewhere. And I was looking through, all my little things and the boxes that, I'm like, I know I have that. And when I was looking for that, that's when I found this. And I was like, okay, now I was shocked when I found this. So that's why I'm thinking that for some reason it must be put away somewhere. But I know I have it somewhere. So I'm going to try tomorrow and see if I can find it. If not, I'm just going to have to reboot my brain and try, to finish the story on my own if I can. And then I'll just take it from there. But yeah, it was so funny because I'm reading this and I'm like, with the phone, it's like, yeah, we barely came out with the phone, the flip phone and the iPhone, about 10 years ago? 10 years or so ago, maybe 15 years ago? And this was way longer than that. So, just like the yellow pages, we don't have them anymore. So that was really like, wow. But yeah. So okay. So I'm gonna let you guys know if I came across it. If not, like I said, I'll start over. And can't wait to read more of this, and I'll let you know how this is going to be. And I think that's it, guys. Yeah. I guess I don't have nothing else for you guys right now, but I did find, because I'm into, trying to do junk journaling as well. And, I'm into all these crafts. But I did find some paper bags, those brown lunch paper bags. And I knew I had a stack, and I did find them. And I was like, oh my God, I know what I want to do with these. I can't wait to jump on them. So when I get to that, I'll show you what I did with them. I also have a craft item that I want to do with cereal, the plastic bags that you get in the cereal. I also saw something that was such a neat idea to do. Another one was with foil and sorry, you emboss the foil and you can color it, so I want to do that too. And then there was another one that you can do that you can make like what is that? I forgot. It's like a real thin kind of plastic. Anyway, you make it with tissue paper and glue. Not cellophane. I forgot what they're called. It's those real thin like bags that you get like popcorn in or something. I forgot what they're called. But I want to try that as well. So a lot of little different things that I want to try that would be great for junk journaling. And so I'm going to try to jump on that. Oh my God, my throat is like so sore. This is root beer. It's one of those little packages that you just put inside and you shake it. I buy a lot of those, especially from Dollar Tree. Well, they used to be $1. Now they're $1.25. But yeah, I usually fill up the water, put the little packet in, shake it up, and yeah, you're done. Okay, so like a fish in the sea, so glad you caught me, and I'll catch you in my next video. Bye.